Hello everyone, it's Shaz here. How are you? I'll just grab my iPad while I think about it. I hope you've all had a lovely week. I certainly have. I've been very, very busy, busy creating. So, hello, whoever you are, come in and say hello. Make sure you leave me a comment so that I can put your name in the draw. So, hello Jules, how are you? Hang on, I'm just getting the other page up and going so that I can make sure it's all going live. So, how's your week been? Hot? Still very hot here too. Hello Kira Lee, nice to see you here. How are you? Are you eating dinner? I thought you might be nearly dinner time for Miss Eloise. Make sure you comment and say hello because your name will go in the draw for a one of the cards that I create tonight. So let's see. Yes, it's showing that I'm live. I'm just going to make sure there's no volume. All these things you've got to remember to do. Yes, I've done that. So that's good. And then I am going to share this over in my feed on a page or profile. That's what I've got to do. Yes, we had the digger guy here today. He was digging some holes for some trees and they look great. So Barry was worried that I was going to have them in the, he reckons I would say that they're in the wrong spot. So but they aren't, and they look great where they are. So yeah, no, so hang on, I'll just fix this up and then I'll be with you. Sorry that my head's down and ignoring everybody. Yes, no, I've been playing with quite a few of the new products. There we go, there we go. Share. Okay, now that I've finished doing that, I'll turn that on. Okay, now we're right. Okay. Hello, Tina. Hello. Eloise said hello. Hello, Eloise. Hang on. Now, where's my volume? Should not be even going. There we go, that's what we want. Okay. Congratulations on what, Kira Lee? Oh, Tina! Yes, congratulations! Just after midnight. Spent 22 hours at the hospital yesterday, got home at 3 a.m. Oh, I bet you're very tired. Yeah, so enough about me. Let's point you down to the desktop and let's hope I've got it in the right position. So just bear with me, I'll flick you to the roof and then I'll flip you around. Look at that, it's pretty good. Just need to straighten up here. How's that? That's a bit better. And I need to turn a light on. I just realised it's, there we go. We got a bit of glare there, but if I move it over a bit, we won't. I move that one up a little bit, we won't have any glare. All the technology we got. Hello Alice, thanks for joining. Make sure you stop in and say hello and leave me a comment so you can go into the draw to win this card that we're making tonight. Now I'm doing the Colour Inspiration challenge. So the colours that we're using are these guys. So we've got Pool Party, Petal Pink, Fresh Freesia and Blueberry Bushel. Now I've made my card for colour inspiration, but I'm not going to show you that until the end. But I will show you the one that I'm going to recreate tonight, but I'm going to make it simpler. I talked to Emma, our DDM from New Zealand this morning, and she has set me a challenge to create simple cards. Now, anyone that knows me knows that I love layers. I love layers. So, yes, she's asked me to try and do some simple stamping because not everybody loves layers. So, hey Tina, does your grandson have a name yet? Oh, that's so lovely. Okay, so the card that we're going to recreate, but I'm going to make it simpler, is this one. So I'll just move those colours out of the road for now. So is this card. Now, this is a typical Sharon style card. Lots of layers, as you can see, lots of texture, lots of elements. So Emma's challenged me tonight to make a simple card. So I'm just going to leave that one there. So what I've done is I've actually stamped on designer series paper here that was very plain, and I've made my own designer series paper. So if you don't have any designer series paper, you can make your own. So that's what I did for the background, and then these dies here are the Perennial Postage dies. So that's these guys, and I've just used the two smaller square dies. Now, if you don't have any dies or a die cutting machine, you can just use a piece of paper where you have cut it out. Let me see if I've still got a scrap here. Well, that's not really a scrap, but just imagine this, right? If you had a punch that was square, I don't have a square one here, but I'm just going to show you. With a circular punch, you're just going to punch a hole out. So we're going to pretend that this is the square, and then you can just put that on your card, which is what I'm going to do a little bit later. Tyrus, oh, I like that. Ty for short. And we're just going to use our blending brushes to add some colour into that. But if you don't have that, you could just you could use your trimmer, and you could cut yourself a square in your trimmer with your trimmer blade. Cut yourself a square out of a piece of scrap paper, and then that way you've got that. So there's always ways around these complex cards if you don't have all the tools. And you don't need to have all the tools. Seriously, you can make beautiful cards very, very simply. But that's not my style. But I'm trying to be a little bit more thoughtful about people who, you know, don't have very many supplies. So these flowers here are punched out of a coordinating punch that goes with this Detailed Dogwood stamp set. Now you can find this in the Sale-A-Bration catalogue, which I think I've put away now. I had them out. Yep, there it is. Just grab it. So during Sale-A-Bration, for every $90 that you spend, you can pick a Sale-A-Bration item from this catalogue. Now, this Detailed Dogwood, it's actually $180, so it's a level 2 item, which is this one here on the back page here. Like, look at these beautiful samples. And there's that punch being used there. Very simply, couple of sprigs, which I have been playing with, which is underneath here, the bow punch. So some of these sprigs here are the bow punch, but we're not using that tonight. Okay, so I've already pre-cut and pre-die cut a few things to show you the difference. So yes, so welcome to my studio. If I haven't said that, I'm really sorry. CreativeMe68 is my kind of catch cry name, and Studio Shabaz is my studio. And as you walk in the door, this is what you see when you walk in my front door in the studio. So this beautiful tree that my friend Terry painted for me. Now it's nearly the end of January, and we have this host code for anyone who doesn't order. They will receive a $50 order. They'll receive a handmade card and a PDF tutorial. If your order's under 250, use this code when checking out, and you will get an extra surprise in the mail from me. So yeah, but if your order's over 250, don't use this code, because you will get the rewards then. But if your order's over 250, you should really consider joining Stampin' Up. This month and next month, there's an amazing join offer. So if you want to take the glass mat, you can. If not, you can pick an extra $51 worth of product. I see that I'm buffering there a fair bit. I hope that hope it's not too bad. So I'll just put those things aside. Okay, so we'll put the Petal Park punch over there, and we'll get into it. So I might just leave that there because you'll be able to see it. Now, as I said, I'm going to make this a little bit simpler. So I've used the dies to cut out this, and we're going to use the blending tool on them. So I've got two different lots of cards ready here. I think you'll still be able to see that up there. So just a little tiny bit of washi tape. Now I would peel the washi tape off the roll, and then I would rub it on my clothes a few times so that it's not so sticky, because you don't want it peeling off your paper behind here. Now I've got a non-Stampin' Up brush, but it's already got blue ink on it, so that's why I'm going with that. Just don't want to get ink on that. So what I do is I get a clear block. Rather than putting my brush into my stamp pad. Hello Nicole, how are you? Thanks for watching. Make sure you leave me a comment so your name can go in the draw for this card that we're creating tonight. So then I'm just literally going to rub my blending brush into that ink, and being careful not to get ink everywhere. I need to get rid of that off my thumb, because for sure I will get it everywhere. Now I always start off on the side so that you don't get this big blotchy bit, and then just come in very gently. You're not pressing very hard at all, and adding some color to that. Now you can come back and you can make that as light, or as, well, not as light, but if you leave it light, you can keep it light. But if you want to make it darker, you can make it darker. So I'm just doing circular motions just to put some ink on the background there. Now this one I'm going to hold here because there's not much holding it on this side. Now I haven't re-inked my brush yet, but I'm going to now. Oh, see, you've just got to be careful. So I'm just going to grab that block again and rub my brush in the ink. And I find this way that I don't have to have so much ink on my brush. And then again, start off the edge and come onto your project. So I'm just going to add another layer in there, just a bit more depth, and you can make the depth more in the middle if you want and leave the lighter bits on the outside, but I'm going to go all the way around on that one. Do this one. Whoa, see, this is where you have to be careful. So yeah, just be careful. And if you want it darker, go back in and grab some more ink, come off the side and put some more ink on there. Okay, so now we should have our simple background. So I'm just going to peel that off gently. Just take your time. Oh, see, that's okay, but I can chop that bit off. And then we're just going to put that to the side. Get your inky brush out of your way, and then I'm just going to clean off the excess ink off that. There we go, and close that ink pad up. Now, say I wanted to do this smaller one on the inside, I could do that as well. I don't think I've cut one, but so let me, oh yes, there is one there. Let's just show you, for example, what it looks like. We're not going to be able to, we're going to have to use the same colour that we used before, so this one's just going to be a little bit darker. And it's probably not going to be even, but we'll see. And I'm gonna be really careful and put a something just dropped. I'm gonna put this one over here because I really don't want to put ink anywhere else other than where I've got it, because I don't want to really mess up my background. So I'm just adding extra ink in this bit here, just to give you, oh, yeah, I'll have to cover that. So good old sticky notes, just use those. And there you can see, oh, I nearly got it lined up, perfect. There you can see that you've got a variation of the colour. So I'm pretty happy with that, apart from that little line up there, but I'm sure I'll be able to put something there to cover it up. You know me, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so that will annoy me, so I'll just I'll just keep going. Now this one here, because I've got that extra bit of ink down the bottom, I'm just going to trim that off. So it's not going to be as long as what it was. Right, hey presto, that's gone. Let's have a look here. Here's my base. Oh, I forgot to tell you, this card is inspired by the Casing Tuesday group. So just going to chop it. There we go. And that looks pretty good to me. And then we'll pop that onto our what's this colour? Fresh freezer layer. Yeah, that looks better. I was like, that's a bit wide. Yeah, so get rid of those two. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp directly onto this square. Now, because we've got lighter colours than that dark one, it may not show up, but that's okay. I'm making a simple card, which, like I keep telling you, is not my style, but I'm going to try. So I'm just going to stamp that in there. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to stamp this one in here. So when I'm stamping, I'm not pressing really hard. I'm just tapping and then stamping and holding it for 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds basically, and lifting up. So you don't need to push this all the way in and get lots of ink on it. So it's just a nice, easy pressure. Okay, so we'll pop that one aside for now. So that was Pool Party. Then we're going to use this Fresh Freesia so that we can make a background on our back of our card. Did you say it was a colour challenge? Yes, Kiralee, it's a colour challenge from a group called Colour Inkspiration. That's INKSPIRATION on Facebook, and they have a fortnightly challenge, but this one is left over from the holidays, so I'm just trying to get into to get my card made before the end of the challenge. So as you can see, I'm not really thinking about where I'm putting this. I'm just putting some color down. Yeah, they have challenges fortnightly, I think. My friend Monica, she's in the design team, and her card was using the Flight and Airy papers. Oh, am I going to fit one in there? Yes, look at that. So as you can see, it's just making a bit of a pattern on the background. So there's our background, like this one. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean that off. Okay, so then what I'm going to do, so take a sip of my coffee, is I'm going to punch out some flowers. Now I've already started doing a couple. There's a bit of a trick with this punch. So what I do is I build myself a template. So the punch has, yeah, this is it, this design on it. So you can then stamp all your images so that you don't have to do all 4 at once. I've got this little template, and I've worked out that my punch, my stamp, when I stamp it, has to go that way. So what I've gone and done then on my stamp is I put a little icon to say that's got to be at the top. Okay, and then I'm going to use that as my guide, and I'm going to get some Petal pink, which, yeah, here it is. Hello Marg, how are you? Thanks for watching. So because it punches all these other things out, I'm going to stamp towards the top of the paper. And I'm going to leave a gap between them because the other ones are already there on our in our punch. So see, if I was to punch there, I might punch the other picture out. So I've just got to be careful where I position it. I need to trim that actually. Where's my trimmer? Close that up before I get ink everywhere. Okay, so this one's no good because it's already punched out, but pop your stamped image into your punch and kind of half press it down to make sure you've got it in the right place, and then punch, and then you get all these extra bits, but there's our one flower, and then move it along to do the next one. So again, because of the way I've lined it up, I can just stamp it once I punch it once I get it in position. I don't know if anyone else knows that trick, but kind of helps you out. Oh, I need just a little bit more this way. So when you half hold it down, it kind of grips it into the right position. There we go. And then punch again. And there's 2 flowers. And I'll do this other one here now. Who has the set that matches this? This is Petal Park. I'll show you that stamp too because it's got some good good little flowers in it. So there's our other flower. Petal Park is this one here. So it coordinates with the punch. So as you can see, you've got that flower, and that flower, and then your leaves, which I think, yeah, there's one leaf there. This individual leaf that you can use with it. Do you have this one? Do you like it, Jules? Yeah, I like this punch. Done quite a few cards with this one. Yeah. Make sure you say hello, Margaret, so you can go in the draw. This embossing folder is from the Sale-A-Bration catalogue too, and that's the texture on this card here, on this little piece here. There we go. That's on, I think, towards the end of the book. I think it's a level 2 as well. Yes, it's a level 2 with the Softly Sophisticated and the embossing folder as well. Only used it a few times, but you like it. Oh, well, that's good. We used it for that Christmas card that I did, and I fell in love with it then. So, right, so we've got our flowers. Now, we don't just want flat, boring flowers, do we? So, if you've got a Stamp and Pierce mat, grab it, and you can, but this is me again, you know, going to too much bother. Use the end of your Take Your Pick tool and just press it down like that, and that'll give you some dimension to your flowers. Or you could do what I do, and I just go like this and curl them up. But either way, you can make your flowers like that. Okay, so that's our flowers made, and now I'm just going to put one flower on each of these little guys in here in our boxes. So simple, still simple, girls. Still trying to keep it simple, not trying to do too many layers. Please tell me in the comments who likes a simple card and who likes a bit more, few more layers on their cards. Let me know if you like a basic card or a little bit stepped up. So, righto, so we're just going to add some glue on the backs of these. Just a little bit of glue. Whoops. Sometimes when your glue's been sitting for a while, you get a bit of a goopy bit there on the end. Just pull that off. You could use a glue dot. Oh, come on. You watch, I'll get a big pile of glue come out here in a minute. Ooh, sorry girls, I'm gonna have to get another glue bottle. That one's being a bit difficult. Right, let's go. I'm team stepped it up. Yes, you most definitely are, Julie. You and I both like the same kind of style. Did you do stepped up cards for your team swaps for on stage, or did you do just basic ones? I haven't thought about mine yet, but I know you're going away, so you probably need to think about yours. All right, some glue there. I think I really like the one with the two different lots of colour in it. Now we're going to add a sentiment to that. Now, Detailed Dogwood doesn't have any sentiments with it, so I'm going to team it with the one from Layering Leaves. Stepped up, of course you did. So yeah, so I'm just going to do a simple hello on that one. Where are you? Here you are. Now, when you get a brand new stamp like this and it hasn't been used, I'll give you a couple of tips. Hello Ruth, how are you? Glad you could join me. Yeah, so when it comes straight from the factory, it's got all the processing bits and pieces on it. So what I do is I lay it down on my grid paper so that it'll sit flat, so that if I've stretched it or whatever, it'll go back to its normal shape. Now, what I do is I spray some Stampin' Mist, which is our cleaner, on it. Just a little bit, you don't need very much. And then I give it a little clean in here. I mainly use my chamois, but tonight, because it's everything's getting dried out, I've put a wet cloth in underneath there. Now, I always test it to see that it's gonna stamp properly. I need a piece of paper for my sentiment, so I'm going to use Pool Party again for that. So tap, tap, tap. Now just test it first before you stamp it onto your piece of paper. Oh no, that stamp's pretty good. So just get this lined up here. And stamp. Has anyone got anybody in the the cyclone affected areas up north? The cyclone is actually my daughter's name. I told her that she could come to Queensland to visit me. She didn't have to become a cyclone. So, and then once I'm finished, I'll just clean it off with my chamois. So that's stamped pretty good. So I'm just going to trim that one down a little bit. Now, like I said, it's a very basic card, this one. It's certainly very different to what I normally create, but Emma Parkin-Wilson has issued me a challenge, because she said not everybody likes stepped up cards, and not everybody feels like they can achieve a stepped up card. So so she said, they might be watching your lives, Sharon, and they might think, oh, I can't do what she does, and don't ever contemplate stamping. So I'm really sorry if I have intimidated you before, guys. Now we're just going to pop our little hello in here. Now it's going to cover up a fair bit, so I might chop another little tiny bit off of that. If anyone would like to learn how to stamp, I'm quite happy to teach them, but most of the people that are here tonight watching already know how to stamp. So I'm going to pop that one up there with a few dimensionals. So if you don't know what dimensionals are little foam adhesive double-sided sticky backed adhesives to make it have a little higher dimension. Now that's probably a bit of overkill on that, but I might put one up in this corner just to hold that point up. Yeah. know, when we lived in Collinsville, we went through a couple of cyclones there, and yeah, it's not very fun, I tell you. Even though we were over 100 kilometres, I think, from the coastline, it was really quite scary. So yeah, I don't want to have to go with that. And today we've had really bad wind. We went to Gracemere to get some money for the guy who dug the holes for us, and he and it was really windy in there. Lost my train of thought. Got to close this up. It was really windy in there, and I thought, oh, I'd hate to be on the coast. So now we're going to put this onto this layer. Now I'm just going to trim it ever so slightly on both of those sides. Just a smidge, like, you know, a hair's width, like hardly anything at all, but it might just bring up that bit of blue on this other side. Now, me being me, I feel like it needs something else. So in my little box of tricks here, I might have some leftover, something from another card. No, not that far down, it might be on my other piece. Okay, here it is. So what we might do is we might just add, I don't know that it needs it actually. What do you reckon? Yeah, I'm going to do it. Add a little bit extra. I'm going to chop that in half. And then I'm going to chop it in half again. So that I've got some for top and bottom and still some for this other card. Okay, so what's everybody been up to? They've all been busy. Well, I know what Tina's been up to, waiting for her baby grandson to be born. How exciting. That's very exciting. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue back there. Tyrus. I like that. Now just eyeballing it. Stick it on and then have a little wee looky-see to see if it's pretty straight. Now I'll just do this other end as well. A bit of glue there, little tiny bit of glue. So what's everybody been up to? Tell me what's happening in there in your world. Is that rain? Or is it just the fan? Still don't have an air conditioner, guys, so, oh, I tell ya, I'm dying, but anyway. Yeah, it's a bit cooler now with that weather from the cyclone. Thanks, Kira-Lee. Made it a little bit cooler. There we go. Oops. Didn't stick. Right, how are we going? Getting ready for Australia Day barbecue tomorrow night. Oh, very good. We're going to head to the beach. My friend invited me to the beach today, so we'll go down there for the day. Maybe stay overnight, depends. Depends. So, right, we're sticking this down now. Stop talking, Sharon. Yeah, we'll be having a barbie tea tomorrow night too, because we're at the beach. I'm actually really liking this card. I really struggle with was simple, but I actually like it. So you can just see that bit of blue either side. It's probably a bit more up there than down here, but that's okay. So let's have a look. Have I achieved what Emma's asked me to achieve? A simple card? I think so. Let's put it on our base now. Okay. Probably need to trim just a smidgeroony off the top, I think. Just a little tiny bit. Hello, Miss Gyps. Come in to say hello. Sorry, what was that, Ruth? You missed? Oh, yes. We're going to the beach tomorrow. Maybe stay the night and then come home on Saturday. So we've got animals to feed, and well, not animals, but Gypsy to feed. So we can't leave for too long. Lily from the pantry. Lily from the pantry. Oh, I don't know what that means. You lost me, Ruth. Okay. There we go. All right, stick that one down now. Lolly. Enjoy the beach. Oh, is that what you said? Glue. Now normally, if I was covering that, I would take some of the innards out. Have I done it on any of these? Let's have a look. Oh no, there's a little bit here that normally I would die cut my shapes out of that so that I'm not wasting all that cardstock, but I didn't do that tonight because I'd already pre-cut. Oh, I thought I had something on my card. And when I'm putting my card front on my card base, I like to lay it flat so I can see that it's totally centered before I stick it completely. Now we need some bling, and our flowers have all gone a bit flat, so let's curl them up a little bit. Oh, okay, mate. Let's put some bling in there. So we've used all the colours, I think. We've used the Pool Party, we've used the Petal Pink, we've used the Blueberry Bushel, and we've used the Fresh Freesia. So that was the colours for Colour Inspiration 158. There's a shindig in Rockhampton tomorrow at the showgrounds. Yes, something country on Kershaw it was, but they've had to move it indoors. Yeah, so there'll be something at the beach too, I think. We've got, what colour's that? Blue. Blueberry, no, not Blueberry Bushel. Misty Moonlight, Fresh Freesia and Pool Party in here. But I'm going to use the Fresh Freesia ones. Just pop that in the middle. Right, so this is my very simple version. I'm going to do a stepped up one next. So, see how we go with that. Okay, so there's our simple version. Our, what is this called? Beginner, and then we've got Avid in the middle, and this is beginner, casual, and Avid. This is Avid, this is beginner, and I'm going to make our casual crafter card now. So same thing again, using the same products that I've used before. I'm going to make another card. So I'll just leave both of those there and bring these guys in. Now, I thought I was being smart. excuse me, thought I was being smart and pre-doing these, but then I realized that I hadn't stamped them the right orientation, so I can't get them to cut out properly. So I'm just going to flip it over and use the other side for that, for the flowers. You like the fresh freesia card? Very pretty. Yeah, I love fresh freesia. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to use a white card base. And here's my piece of DSP. So DSP is designer series paper, for those of you who don't know. But I thought it was very plain, so I'm going to stamp on that. So I'll just move that to the side and that one to the side and put my card over here. So grab that fresh freesia out again. I'm not very good at random. Probably because I like things very structured, straight up and down. But anyway, we'll get to it. Be fine. And this just gives you a bit more variation on your cardstock, your DSP, just so that you've got something else to draw the eye in. I'll do one there, I think. Right, that will do, because I'm pretty sure we're going to cover the rest of that. So I'll just clean that off out of the fresh freesia. Okay, so now we're going to stick this to our card base. So I always use glue. It's my preferred glue of adhesive of choice. So just a little bit of glue in there. How are we going for time, girls? How long have I been on? Let's have a look. Oh, not too long. Righto, so there we go. Make sure it's straight. There we go. Okay, so now, as I said to you, I've pre-cut a few things for this one because I knew it was going to be a bit more involved. So we're going to layer these two together. So if you didn't have this, you could just use squares. You don't need to have the dies. Get that one out of the road. A bit of glue. And I didn't run these through the embossing folder because I wasn't going to too much trouble. Trying to still keep it simple. There we go, that's that one done. I'll do these other two while we're going. So the one I'm working on is the casual crafter. So somebody who has a few supplies and still likes to make cards with stamps, ink and paper basically. As I said, you could use a circle to do this, just so that you've got a bit of variation. Actually, I did see a challenge the other day to use circles on something. I don't know whether it was in our weekly updates, whether that was the challenge this month from Stampin' Up. So let's stick those guys down now. I'm going to use dimensionals again for those. So has anyone been watching the cricket? Apparently the Heat won last night, so that was apparently a bit of a nail biter. tennis starts again. My daughter's a big tennis fan. Are you still watching, Caroline? Probably gone bath the baby by now. Miss Eloise will have finished her dinner. One more. Eloise was a little bit grumpy today when I spoke to her, but we cheered her up in the end. We put her in the Stampin' Up box and made her laugh, and that kept her a little bit happy for a little while. All kids love boxes. How was your dinner, Ruth and Marg? You were both going out for dinner tonight. Now this one's got a dirty mark on it, so I'm going to make sure that the dirty mark is on the inside, because we're going to put leaves and flowers on that. Stay on there. Yeah, make sure it goes that way. Righto, so let's have a look here. I'll make that one go about there. Now I'm just going to put them on. I'm not going to push them down, because we may have to just move them slightly. Your dinner was nice? Oh, that's good. I was very slack tonight and just had some leftover chicken wings that I'd cooked up and had that for dinner. I don't even know if my husband had dinner because he was upstairs. No, he hasn't, because I didn't organise it. That's why he hasn't. I knew I was too busy to get him some dinner, but I told him where it was. In the fridge, I told you. The chicken legs were in the fridge. Right, so we're going to, we're just going to move that one a little bit that way and this one up just ever so slightly. That's why I don't push them down completely, because I need to make sure that there's a bit of gap in there. So now I can push it down and then pop this one in. Okay, happy with my placement now. So we're looking very similar, except this one's got a bit more texture on it. Then we're going to cut around these flowers. Now we could just stamp in there. Actually, I should have probably done that beforehand. Let me see how we go. Let me see. We've got fresh freesia in there, so I might make that oh look, I'm just going to make it a fresh freesia leaf. And then we can put those other ones over it. See, Em? You're making me do it. Just don't press too hard, because, yeah, see, that's what I thought would happen, because we've got those dimensionals underneath. But anyway, I'm going to go with it, because we're going to put the other one over it, so don't panic too much. There we go. Yes, you should always stamp before you stick. Right, so I just need to do another leaf. So I've got a spare bit of card here to stamp that, and then I'll cut all three out at once then. Okay, so clean that one off. And get Pool Party. Stamp it and then chop it. There we go. Right, these don't take very long, guys. But I've got a couple of these guys that were left over from the last card, so I might use those as well. So you're not really going to notice those other bits. Under there, one there, and I'll just do one more of those in Pool Party. If I've got Pool Party left over. No, I haven't. So what we might do is we might just put them together in here. There we go, that's what we'll do. We'll put those together in there. yeah, so good old fussy cutting. I know a lot of you don't like it, but I'm just gonna rip around these. Keep it fairly close to the edge. What's everybody's plans for Australia Day? I think those poor guys in North Queensland are not going to be liking Australia Day this year. A bit wet and miserable. I actually thought we were going to get the flooding if it had come down this way.
Well, Carmel to all the way down to Early Beach, there's no power.
Oh, no power already.
All the way out the hill, there's no power.
Oh, that's no good. Yeah, so we were kind of prepared. That was why we were getting this guy to move our trees, because when we had that little bit of flooding just the beginning of the month, one of our little soft lemon myrtle trees was underwater for, you know, the day and a half, and I just knew that it wouldn't cope being underwater for days. And I was thinking, oh, we better move those trees. So they've been in and established for a little while, so I hope that they survive the move. We've brought them way up out of the reach of floodwater, so let's hope, fingers crossed. But Craig had to dig them out with the what's it called, Baz? What's that machine called? Our little excavator. So yeah, he had to dig them out because there were so many rocks in there. But he said the ground was pretty wet, so they might survive. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Let's hope that they survive now. Yeah. There we go. We've got one done. I'll just take these little bits out of here. Probably can't see what I'm doing there. Have I lost yous, or are you all still here watching? Tell me some news. Tell me something that's going on in your life. Have you bought much from the Sale-A-Bration, from the annual catalogue? No, what's it called? The mini catalogue? And what have you been creating with? What products? What ones? There we go, there's one. And if you haven't joined Stampin' Up! And you would like to, there's a great joining offer. I'm pretty sure most of you people who are watching are demos, or have a demo that you are affiliated with. Don't want to poach anyone's customers. I'm loving this whole catalogue. There's lots of things I haven't played with yet that I've got. Kira Lee got some new things today, and some of the things she got, I was like, oh, I really like that. Oh, but it hasn't made it into my trolley yet, so no cards this week. Sewing and fancy work. Oh, I love fancy work. It's been ages since I've done any of that. I don't even think I could probably remember how to do it now. It's been so long. I definitely can't sew. Mum's a sewer. I can't sew a straight stitch. Not a very good sewer at all. Oh, if I had to, I'd be able to hem a skirt, but it wouldn't be the best hemming. I don't know about you, but I just find fussy cutting so relaxing, because it just kind of takes your mind away from everything else that you're doing. What have you been playing with, Jules? Lifetime of Love and Notes of Nature and Lovely and Sweet. Ooh. I can't wait to see what you've been making. my team, they usually share their creations on our team page, so it makes us all very jealous. I told Julie yesterday that she had to stop playing with the set because it was making me jealous, and Kira Lee got that set today. That, I think it's that one that you've got, Lifetime of Love, Julie. I've got the paper but not the stamps and dies, because I had already bought some other stuff, and I thought, oh no, I don't need anything else. There we go, there's 2, 1 more to go, girls. And this time I might even do the dragonfly because he's so cute. Look at him, he's just very sweet. Who has this set? Like riding a bike. Oh, I don't know, Ruth. It's been a long time since I rode that bike, or that fancy work bike. I used to do it when I was doing some quilting. I'd quilt some fancy little knots and stuff on the quilts. But, oh, it's been a long time since I've done that. Probably over 20 years. So I don't know that I would remember. But good old Google, he'd help me out, I'm sure. UFOs for my grandma, my aunt, and my mum, and my own UFOs. Oh, good girl. Are you handing them down to your granddaughters? Or would they not think that was a good thing? I know a lot of the kids these days don't realise how much hard work goes into like quilts and fancy worked doilies and stuff like that, because it's not taught at school anymore. I don't even know that cooking is still one of the basic ones that you've got to have in your year 8 or year 9 classes. But I think that's something everybody should learn how to do. My son's pretty bad. If it doesn't come out of a packet and go in the oven, he's not really into this whole cooking from scratch. Whereas my daughter, she loves it. The more she can cook from scratch, the more she does. She's a Thermomix consultant, so she cooks a lot in the Thermomix, and especially while Adam's away and it's only her at home. Yeah, she cooks a lot. There we go, there's our leaves done. Very good, let's stick those now. Sorry, that did take a little bit longer than I thought, but we'll get it happening now. Right, don't completely cover the one that you've got there. Just go to the side. If their mothers don't throw them out first. Oh, that's not very good. Dear oh dear. Well, I often think about my scrapbooking and think, you know, the kids will probably think, oh God, what am I going to do with all this stuff of Mum's? But I truly hope they don't throw them out, because, you know, lots of hard work's gone into them, and I'm not very good at journaling, but so I really need to work on that, so that the stories are told. Because with all this digital technology, you know, if your photos die off your phone, you don't really have the tangible ones like we had as when we were kids. So there we go, stick that one in there, and I'll pop this one in the middle of them. And then Now, my flowers. My flowers that were a disaster the other way. So, like I said again, I worked out where the template is, and I've worked out on my stamp which way I need to have it so that I can stamp it and be able to use the punch, so I don't have to stamp them all at once. Up that way. Leave a little gap. Alright, I'll try those 3 for now. Ooh. Oh yeah, there I might be right. There we go. So line that one up. Got one. Oh, I think I'm going to have to chop this in between here. Chop the other one off. There we go, there's a second one. I think we'll need more than 3, but I think we'll need probably 4 or 5. So let's have a look, get rid of that. And again, line it up and hold it till it grabs it, just so that you can make sure you got it in the right position, and then punch. So let me just get another bit of paper. I wonder if I can get some out of this piece. Here, and the ink back again. Let's do a few extra in case I decide to put them on. How it makes it so much easier when you know where it is to stamp and punch, because you can't really punch it and then try and stamp it afterwards. It's too tricky to do that. I mean, if you put it in the Stamparatus you might be able to, but we don't sell the Stamparatus anymore, so I try not to use that when I'm making my cards for my lives and stuff. So there we go. I'll do one more, just that last one. I'll chop that bit off. The thing that I find with these punches is anyone who's got a bit of arthritis, it's a bit hard. They're a bit hard to use. That's why the dies are so much easier to use for people with arthritis. I don't have arthritis, but I do have aching joints and stuff like that, so it does hurt after using them for a while. Okay, let's see. Oh, that was the bit I told you I was going to use that other side of that one, didn't I? Right, so again, grab your Stampin' Pierce mat out and put all your flowers on. And then just poke it down. Yeah, that's the right way. There we go. This time I'm going to use glue dots because we've got a few more of them. It just might be easier if I can find them. What did I do with them? Here they are. Having another mouthful of my drink. Sorry guys. Alright. Glue dot. middle section because it's all a bit messy. So I'm going to use 3 flowers in there. Stagger them so that they're not all completely in the same line. Glued on. Now you could, if you wanted to, you could put dimensionals on these and made them a bit higher, but for this purpose I'm not going to. Trying to keep it simple, girls. Trying to keep it simple. So 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to add 2 more down here on these flowers. There we go, 1 down there. Give him a bit of a fluff up. And this one over here. Now let me have a look. See, we need to get something to do. Don't know if we need them. I'm gonna just keep them to the side for now. I know we need some bling, so I'll pop that on straight away. Now this bling is called the Tinsel Gems 3-pack. So that's what that one's called. There is a Tinsel Gems 4-pack as well. It has a few different colours. Lemon Lolly and Melon Mambo, I think, is one of the others. I think Blueberry Bushel actually is one of the other colours. So there's our 5 little flowers. Pop that back to the side and get me another piece of white. If I've got a scrap in here, I'll use that. Look at that. Perfect for a sentiment. Now, we've got hello on the other one. What else could I do? So happy, best wishes, sending hugs. Oh, I think I'll use hello again. Now, this one that I used on here is from a new set in the Sale-A-Bration catalogue. And it's what we call a hybrid embossing folder. I will show you how to use that before the night ends. So it has a die that fits inside the embossing folder, and when you run it through, you get your words cut out as well. But this one I'm just going to do hello again. But I might do the hello this time in Blueberry Bushel, I think. So are you liking this second card, girls? So there's our first card, there's our second card, and there's my third card. So we've got beginner, casual, and avid crafter. Which card's your favourite? Just do make sure there's no marks on that. Going to do a blue one of those, but I think now that I've made the word blue, I'll make the dragonfly white. What's it called? Fresh freesia. I got another piece of white here. Actually, I'm going to do it on that. Oh, there's a bit of a scrappy bit there. Stamp it on that. Clean that off and close that ink pad up. Do pretty fresh freesia dragonfly. He has to be fussy cut. There's no punch or dies with this set. So let's have a look. Which way can I get him in? I'm not wasting very much paper. There we go. Oh yes, I think he's going to look perfect. Right, a little bit more fussy cutting there, girls. Not too much more. still the third one, Ruth? Yeah, it's probably my favourite too, but I'll get Emma's vote from her. You met Emma, Ruth. She's a funny lady. She had me in fits of laughter. Just the things that she says in her Kiwi accent. And telling me that not everyone likes difficult cards, Sharon. Not everyone likes 50 layers is what she calls my cards, a 50-layer card. I said, oh, well, I'll try and pare it back for you, Em. I really do enjoy bringing these lives to you girls. Give her my regards. Yeah, I'm not talking to her now again until the end of February, so I've got my creative retreat on, so she wants to hear how that went and stuff like that, so she's going to talk to me at the end of February. On the 29th of February, can you believe we're in a leap year? Yeah. February's a pretty good month. It's my birthday month. So she's not been well, actually. Emma hasn't. So she's still recovering. Whoa, nearly chopped my H off. Nearly to the end, girls. You'll be pleased, I know. Sitting here watching paint dry when someone's fussy cutting. Oh, nearly cut the loop off. There we go. There we go. Now look at that. Oh, look, might be able to put my hello up there and that one where I did that bit of a whoopsie. Nobody would know I did a whoopsie unless I told them. So chop this little dragonfly out now very quickly. Used to have a little punch that had a dragonfly like this. I wonder if it fits our old punches. I might have to drag that out and see, because it would be so much easier if I could just punch it or die cut it. Done. That one in there. Now I'm just going to bend him up a little bit and put some dimensionals on him. When I want thinner ones, I usually cut straight through the middle of the dimensionals so that I've got half-size ones. And they'll fit perfectly down there. So don't forget to hang around, or don't forget, if you're watching, to leave me a comment so that your name can go in the draw. I usually draw it a day or so later, so that if anyone wants to catch the replay, that their name can go in the draw too. Okay, so let's put this little fella on, and I've got to show you the might put him in there, I think. I've got to show you the card that I'm submitting to Colour Inspiration. I think that needs to be cut out of there, I think. But anyway, I'm just going to pop it in for now. What do you reckon? There. Get off my arm. Do you reckon there or here? Where do you reckon? Up the top or down in this middle one? Up the top or down here? Down here, you reckon, Ruth? I think it does look better down there, actually. But before I do that, I'm definitely going to chop this out in here because it just doesn't look quite right. Do you think we need extra flowers, or you think there's enough flowers on there? Who reckons we should put some more flowers on? You reckon down too, Jules? Right, she's going down. Hello, hello, hello. Let me see if that looks straight. It's a little bit crooked. That looks better. Do we need to add some more flowers, girls? Maybe up here where we don't have any now. Maybe. I don't think so. I think it looks good like that. What do you reckon? Okay, so here's our 3 cards. 2 that I've made tonight. These 2. And the one that I had previously made. Oops, I just pulled a bling off of there. Let's put him back. Right, so the first card I made, the second card I made, and then that's the 3rd one that I'd already made. So that's our 3 cards. Plus now for the big reveal, leave it like that, you reckon? Stop playing. Okay. Put the glue down, put the scissors away. Right, so my Colour Inspiration one is a true typical Sharon style card with lots of layers and lots of dimension and lots of texture. So this is it. So yeah, I'll go and upload this to the Colour Inspiration group, yeah, they get judged, and if your name is drawn or whatever they do, however they judge it, you can become their guest designer the next fortnight or whatever. So yeah, so I've done a fair bit of work in the background here that's hard to probably see, but I laid down some of the what's it called, Pool Party ink first, using that stencil. I laid that down and then used my blending brush to put the colour on it, and then I used a spatula and put some fine shimmer paste on it, and then made sure I washed this out straight away, and then I let that dry. And all of these flowers are two different flowers from the stamp. They're this one done twice, and then I've just cut them out and repositioned them in a different place. This is the punch, the layering leaves punch. I've used that one, as well as the leaves from the stamp itself. And then in the background here, once my background was dry, I stamped this guy here in crumb cake. Really stamped it off so that it's probably 3rd generation stamping, and then I went ahead and coloured that in. Then I laid down this stamp, this long stamp here, and put some blue out to the side just to bring a bit of blue on this side. And then I used this stamp here to put some fresh freesia in there. And then I coloured them all with blends. So I'll just move that out of the road. So I used the light and the dark petal pink to do the flowers, and these ones here. And I just kept layering it up until I got the colour that I liked. And then I used the dark and the light pool party for the leaves here, these leaves as well. And then I did the dragonfly out of fresh freesia, and I added this bit of texture from that embossing folder. So I just felt like it needed something else there. And then to create this, I'm going to get a piece of paper and show you how we created that. So I'll move these guys to the side. That one and this one, I'll just pop them over there. Okay, so how I did that other one, in the catalogue on page, let's have a look, in the mini catalogue on, where is it? Let's find the page, because it does tell you, page 18. There we go. It has this brayer. Well, I don't own a brayer. I don't like them. So I'm just going to use our blending brush again. So that's on page 18 there. And so see how they've got the coloured bits. So we've got two pieces to it. We've got the embossing folder, which you can just run through and get a nice blue background with the words all layered up. Or you can do what I'm about to do and grab that blending brush again and that block. I've got my hello on my block this time, but and depending on which words you want or what, you're just going to add some colour. I'm not going to get a lot. Add some colour to it. Now, because our inks are all water-based, it will just wash off in the sink when you're finished. So I'll just pop that there. Now, say I only want hello. So I'm just going to come in here and I'm just going to layer this up with the word hello. Okay? So we're just adding some ink to it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to get our die and we're going to lay that into here, and it will just fit into the space. Okay? And then we're going to get a white piece of card, which I cut earlier. And I might go this way. Now, because it's a hybrid embossing folder, you're going to need your grey platform number 4 and your base number 1. You're going to need that. Always have your spine in and the Stampin' Word up, Stampin' Up word up. Lay that in to your embossing machine. It is a bit tight, that one. Well, mine is anyway. And I was talking to another demo and hers is fairly tight too. So, and then this is what you're left with. So rather than now, if the old way we used to do embossing to colour it was use our blending brushes or something on top of it. Well, if I do that with these ones that are left here, the whole thing gets covered in. Let me pull these out. See, there's hello and thank you. Oh, happy day with sympathy. Celebrate. And just because was the one I used yesterday. And then we've got that. And then you just run that under the water and that as well because it's still got the ink on it. Just pop that to the side for the moment. But I want to show you if you were to rub the ink over the top. Where did my brush go? Let's get this out of the road. You're going to cover the whole thing in because you can't get just the raised bits. But that's okay, it still looks good. Whereas this, I really like this. I really like that look. So that's another one of the great products from the Mini Catalogue. That's on page 18, that one. So I really hope you enjoyed tonight's live. I really do appreciate you coming on and watching. For those of you who weren't here last week, I spoke a little bit about our creative retreat that I'm doing with Christy Coromandel. She's an Emerald demo, and we're doing an online creative retreat. So what that means is that you will receive all the products to complete the 10 cards in the mail before the day. Still haven't quite worked out that date, but the last orders are going in on the 30th of January. 30th of January, so that we can have them back by the next week, so that we can pack them up and get them to you before the 24th. So there's 3 different levels of that. I'll just go through that quickly. We've got the ultimate bundle, which is everything that you need, plus an extra a $10 discount on your next order, free postage, access to the videos, the PDF, and lifetime access to the group that you're in. $60 is the 10 class kit. You will need the stamps and the dies to do the rest, and then the digital content is just $35 so that you can follow along with our videos. Once you've paid that, I set up the group for the first week in February. So if anyone would like to do that, just email me, Shabaz-Creativeme68@gmail.com, and I'll get you the information that you need for that. But I'll bring those cards back in, and like I said, thank you very much for watching, guys. It's been a long live, I know, but there's my cards, and I hope you enjoyed that. And somebody is going to get one of these cards. Probably these two, not this one, because I still might have to make another one of them yet. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you for following along, and I'm glad you enjoyed that. And yeah, look, go and check out Colour Inspiration, because there is seriously lots of talented people out there. So check them out, and hopefully you'll see my card in there. Okay then, thank you very much. Good night now.